right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would begin by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to all for elect. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I normally just record on my phone, but I figured, I need to get off my phone so much and get into the physical, the physical sword, right? So, I'm recording this. I wrote a few scriptures down, but and I really don't even have a title. I was just sitting in the house, and the spirit hopped on me, the feeling that I need to do a lesson. So I don't really have a title, but basically going into walking in the spirit, man, not being carnal, not being fleshly, So whatever title I come up with, that's what it'll be. But Lord willing, this is edifying. Once again, I want to just give our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. All right, so let's get this thing started, man. So again, but before I speak, I'm just gonna read a scripture to kick it off, and then I'll let the Spirit speak from that point on. Hopefully the video don't cut. My phone be tripping sometimes. So this is let's see. We'll start at, this is Romans 8, and I start at 4, right? It says that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things that are of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace, man. So that's what you got to be. You got to remain spiritually minded at all times. You got to understand that this thing of ours, this is not a thing that you can walk around as a natural man, right? If you being natural, then what? You're gonna be walking after the flesh. You're gonna be sinning. You're gonna be wicked. You're gonna be acting just like Jacob out here, man. You can be acting just like Jacob. You're gonna be, out here, just not being prudent with your life, not being circumspect. Like the scriptures say, roughly paraphrasing, right? A prudent man foreseeth the evil. You're gonna foresee the evil. You know what I'm saying? When anybody invites you someplace or somewhere to do something, or, with somebody, you're gonna be like, ain't nothing there for me, I don't got no business over there. I don't. That's not gonna help me get closer to the Most High, because you gotta remember, man, what's our goal? This is our goal, is to get to the Most High, or to try to get, next to the Most High, right there, with Yahweh on the right hand. That's our goal at the end of the day. We want that crown, that incorruptible crown, man. So again, Romans 8 and 6, it says, for to be carnally minded is death. This is death. This is going to lead you to death. The wages of sin is what? Death. So when you're carnally minded, you're gonna do what? You're gonna constantly sin. You're gonna constantly be in sin from day to day. You're gonna constantly be in sin, man. What is sin? The transgression of the law. You're not gonna be minding the things, like you said. You're not gonna mind the things. You're gonna see certain things, but I'll be all right. You'll kind of brush it off. But you gotta understand, these things are leading you to death. It says, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace, man. That's why the scriptures also say, that the wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of our times, man. Roughly paraphrasing. That's just what it is. These things are gonna help you be stable in the time to come. When all hell start to break loose, man, these things are gonna keep you stable. You're gonna remember these things. That's why you gotta stay in it. You gotta stay spiritual. But next verse I want to get, we'll go to Galatians. I started Galatians 5. We'll go to Galatians 5 and 17. Right. We'll start at 16. Right. So Galatians 5 and 16, it says, this I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh, man. Again, you gotta walk in the spirit, man. You gotta stay in the spirit. You gotta keep, well, first what you need to do is pray the prayer that David prayed in the book of Psalms. You gotta pray that the Most High take not his Holy Spirit from you, because the Most High can do that. If he sees fit, if he feels like you ain't, you some slothful Jake, you don't want to do the work, you don't want to take this thing serious, then guess what? He can take that from you, right? Matter of fact, let's prove that. This is Romans 1, and it's around the 28th verse. I'll read from 26. To 20. I'll read from 26 to 28. So this is Romans 1 and 26. It says, for this cause the Most High gave them up to vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And you see them, you can see clearly you can see clearly the state that our women are in today, man, and it's clear, right? So I don't even have to harp on that too much. So verse 27, it says, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burn in their lust one towards another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meet. And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. The Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind. It's like that verse in it's like that verse right here in Revelation, right? I think it's Revelation 22. Revelation 22 and 11, it says, he that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. Man, that's how the Most High is. If you want to be wicked, you want to be unjust, you want to be full of iniquity, so be it. The Most High give you over to those things. If he can, when he really, I can't even say realizes, because it's all according to the plan of the Most High. But when he sees that you're not doing the things that you're supposed to, right? Which was really all in the plan to begin with, right? Because if you fall out of this thing, you were never a part of the elect to begin with, But when he sees these things occurring, you best believe he's gonna turn you over. Right, he's gonna turn you over to reprobate mind. That's why you gotta pray that prayer that David prayed, man, in the book of Psalms. I would grab it, but Salakia, Baba Kushah, Salakia, I can't remember the scripture. But you can look it up. I promise you'll find it. Right? But where was I at? So go back to Galatians 5, and I start at 16 once again. Right? It says, this I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit. The flesh is constantly against the spirit, man. The flesh wants the things of this world, which is we know this. You walking down the street, you see a woman, she may be bad, she may be fine, whatever. But boom, you look behind, and you see her husband walking with her. Guess what you gotta do? Skate, beat feet. I say beat feet. That's what But run away. You gotta run away from that, because that's the lust. The lust of the flesh is going pull. But you gotta realize, man, these are things that you cannot do, right? These are the things that are not convenient. So you gotta remove yourself from the situation, so that way the Most High, shows he continues to show mercy upon you, because eventually if you keep doing things that are not convenient, he's going to give you over to the things that are not convenient. Man, I'm sweating here. I need to cut it on. It'll be all right. Might not be in here for too much long, but yeah, man. You gotta learn how to run. You gotta learn how to get away from that, right? To continue on, I start at the top from verse 17. It says, "For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would," So these things constantly war against each other. That's why Paul said, roughly paraphrasing, he said those that are the things that, well, basically, because I don't want to misquote it, but he's basically saying the things that I want to do that I don't do, but the things that I don't want to do, that's what I do, pertaining to what the wicked natures of the flesh, the things like that, the things I don't want to do. We all go off. Those are things that that happen, right? And just going into that point, because I was just thinking about it. That brother Hassad, claimed that he follows the law perfectly, but for all I know, I'm probably sinning right now, mixing fabrics. It's just, you can't get away from it. Can't get away from it. But like I said, the things that I would do, the things I want to do that I do not, right? You want to be perfect. You want to please Yahweh Shem Yahushua to the fullest. You want to please Yahweh Shem Yahushua perfectly, but you can't. That's why it says this, verse 18, "But if you be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law," man. So you gotta be in the Spirit, right? You gotta pray that the Most High show mercy upon you. And this do not get it twisted. This do not mean whatsoever that the law is done away with. And I could, that might be my next video, because there's plenty of verses to go into about that. But the law is not done away with, man. So one quick one, I think it's Matthew. I don't want to misquote it. It's in Matthew, right? Yahushua said what? Matter of fact, let me see if I can grab it. Just for you people who may be like, I know it's in Matthew. See then 5. Let's see. Salakia, bear with me. Yep. Verse 5, right? Not verse 5, chapter 5. Matthew 5 and 17. It says, "Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill." The law is not destroyed. It's not done away with. He fulfilled it, meaning what? He did it. He's the one that did it perfectly. He fulfilled the law. He did it, right? But this is the point to prove it's not gone. It's not done away with. You still have to do these things to the best of your ability, right? Verse 18, it says, "For verily I say unto you," and this is still Yahushua speaking, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus, It says, "Till heaven and earth pass," we still here, ain't we? It's not past, right? "One jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law." In no wise pass from the law. And to finish it out, when I finish this verse, there's nothing you can say. There's nothing else you can say. This is Yahushua words himself. He says, "Till all be fulfilled." All is not fulfilled. There's still prophecy unfolding before us day to day. All is not fulfilled, right? I'll read verse 19. It says, "Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men to do so," so whoever getting whoever's still getting tattoos, whoever getting the haircuts, whoever laying with other people's wives, whoever still eating pork, any of these things, right? If you teach men to do so, like this is okay. Like you got your pastors. Yes, I can eat pork. Yes, I can eat shrimp. Yes, I can eat crab. Yeah. No, you can't. You cannot do these things, right? But it says what? It says, "And shall teach men so, he shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven." He's gonna be called least in the kingdom of heaven, right? Your Jake Christian pastors in the church who's telling people, yeah, you can get a tattoo, which I have tattoos, but guess what? I'm repentant of it. These things. I look at this, and I look down upon myself when I see these. They said he should be called least in the kingdom of heaven. You know, and there's another point to that, right? Which, I mean, you could go deeper. Because what? In the end, all Israel shall be saved. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get into the kingdom, right? But he's going to be called least. He's going to be walking around with that everlasting shame and contempt, alluding to, what is that? The book of Daniel, right? Continue on with that verse. It says, but whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. That's what we're doing. That's what the men of the Lord are doing. You know, we're teaching them and also doing them to the best of our ability, right? But I kind of got off point there. But I already read Galatians, so let me get my other Galatians. This would be Galatians 6 and verse 8. You know, just read verse 8. So the Galatians 6 and 8, it says, "For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption." When you sow into your flesh, you giving into your flesh, you feeding your flesh, you gonna reap corruption. That's all you gonna get from the flesh. When you feeling the lust of this life, whether that be cars, clothes, women, money, fame, you know, any type of notoriety, any of these things, you're gonna reap corruption, man. You're gonna corrupt yourself. Your heart is already corrupted, right? Your heart is already it's already tainted, you know. That's why you gotta constantly strive after the spirit, man. To continue on with the verse, it says, "But he that soweth to the spirit shall of the spirit reap everlasting life." You gotta sow to this. When you get a hold of this of the spirit, you gotta hold on to it. You gotta hold on. You know, you gotta hold on. You know, you got, you know, it's a bumpy ride. And I say that why? Because you got to give up everything in his life. You got to give up all those hopes and dreams, aspirations. You know, you got to give up all the notoriety that you once wanted. All the, you know, you got to give up this world. You know, that's why I think it was Peter. You know, he said they forsaken all. You know, basically saying like, what profit is it? But it's the ultimate profit, you know. You'll get an ultimate profit from forsaking all the things of this earth, right? From you building up your treasures in the kingdom of heaven. You know. I don't want this to be too long though. So I'll read one more verse and then I'll get out of here, man. Gotta get to bed, got work in the morning, you know. So this is Matthew 26 and 41. All right. Highlight this. So yeah, Matthew chapter 26 and verse 41. And this, you know, this is really the point of it all, right? It says, "Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit is indeed willing, but the flesh is weak." Man, so I hope that's still going. I don't know if y'all heard. I don't know if it was still going or not. So I'm reading it again. This is Matthew 26 and 41. It says, "Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak," man. The flesh is weak. You can't walk after the flesh, man. You can't do it. It's impossible. You can't walk after the flesh and think that you on the path of pleasing Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You ignorant. You know? You gotta walk after the spirit, man. And how you know you in the spirit? When you doing the right things, man. When you doing the works. You studying to show yourself approved. You know, you with the right the right doctrine, right? Which is the doctrine under the elder apostles of GMS, beginning with the elder apostle Tahar on down, right? But when you're in these type things, that's how you know you in the spirit, man. This is a daily thing. This is a daily warfare. You know, this warfare is every day. You know, there's not a day that you can wake up and go outside into the earth and think that you're not gonna be tempted. right? Since I said that, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 1, right? It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. It's going to happen. You're going to be tempted, right? But like the scriptures say, man, you're going to be tempted of your own lust. The Most High is not going to tempt you above that you're able, man. It says, don't say I am tempted of the Lord. You're tempted of your own lust. These are the things that your flesh wants. These are things that your flesh is going after. That's why it's a constant war. You got to constantly fight that thing, man. You know? But that just goes a part of what? Enduring to the end, man. That's the only way you're gonna be saved. You have to endure to the end. This isn't a I'm gonna endure for a little bit, but I'm gonna lose my battle for about a week or two. But then I'm gonna start fighting. No, man, this is a constant everyday fight. That's why you have to stay in the spirit. That's why you gotta make sure you stand on your watchtower, man. You gotta make sure you watching the videos of the Salakia. I'm over here tripping on my words. Of the men of the Lord, you gotta be making sure and it's only GMS and those affiliated, right, under the same doctrine, right? You can't be watching all these other camps because they're gonna confuse you, right? I was watching the elder from North Carolina, Salakia. I forget his name. I forget his name. But the elder from not South Carolina, North Carolina. I think I said South Carolina. From GMS North Carolina in Raleigh, right? His page is GMS North Carolina 777, right? I was watching him, man, and he was talking about, the Most High is not an author of confusion, man. If you got all these different people with different doctrines in these unity camps, but then somebody come up and ask about the MOTB, and somebody say it's sin, and somebody say it's a white woman, and somebody say it's John 3:16, and then somebody say, that's confusion. How can all y'all be the men of the Lord if y'all all have different doctrines? Wouldn't the men of the Lord have the right doctrine? It doesn't, things like that. But I don't want to go on a tangent. I don't want to start rambling. So I'm gonna get out of here, man. Lord willing, that was edifying. It was spontaneous. I still don't have a title yet, but the Spirit will give it to me. So we're gonna end this by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to all for that.